I better not go. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to a Carcast. Now, I'm just going to call this one Carcast number 1 because it's been so long since I've done one. Now, with that being said, it is January 8th, 2026. And now, if you're not watching this as a video, then this is just for me if you're not watching it. But this will just be my daily log in to YouTube, I guess, as a video. But with that being said, with this being a new series being started, I want to say hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're not, you're cool. It's cool. Thank you for watching. Now, I'm Demon Slayer. You can call me Demon, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. So a little bit about me is I'm 25 years old. I'll be 26 in September. I just said it's January. I'm also just getting off of work from a night shift job, so I'm very tired. And yes, I decided to do this on the worst possible day. That's fine, who cares? So, I have a son. I am married. I have a son. He'll be 2 in September, just like me. I'll be 26. He'll be 2. I have a daughter due in May. Yeah. I'm having a girl. I'm going to have a boy and a girl. And I'll be happy. I'll be really happy. Buying a house. Just chilling. I love YouTube. Honestly. I love working for Michelin. It's a great job. It's a really good job. Pays well. Gets the bills paid. Other than that, my only other hobbies besides gaming are cars and YouTube. I love cars. I love YouTube. The reasons I love YouTube is because it's something I've always dreamt of doing. I was like 8, 9, 10, something like that, when I got the concept or the idea in my head that I wanted to be a entertainer. Now, at that point in time, I had no idea what I was doing. So, I had a phone. At that time, it was a little crappy phone. I think it was like I could have also been my shoulder. I don't remember when I had the idea of wanting to be a YouTuber. I also had really stupid ideas. But there's videos out there floating around of me slamming filled up bottles with water in them against a tree as many times as I could to see when it would explode. And look, them bottles, when they're full of water, they're very, very, very protected. And we slammed them bottles against a tree for hours, and it literally did nothing. But yeah, that was when I was 9 or 10. And that was when, it would take you 2 hours to upload a video. And I would literally make the video, upload it to YouTube, and sit there for 2 hours waiting for it to upload on my phone. And at that age, it was the best thing ever. Just, being an entertainer, it was the coolest idea I've ever had, in my opinion. So I eventually, that phone broke, and I had to stop, and I lost that email, which sucked, because, that was my very first YouTube channel. And then, fast forward some years later, I'm 17 years old, in high school. Oh, we're all stopping right here on this hill. I am some years older, some amount of years. I am 17 years old. I had started a new YouTube channel. And the reason I say it like that is because I really did start another YouTube channel. And I did a thing called Daily Chats. This is before I knew what a podcast was. It was technically a podcast before I knew it was a podcast. So, that's what I started. And then I never built a community, but I built up, a following of 12 subscribers. And I would tell everybody at school, hey, subscribe. You could be in my channel, whatever it is, And, that was my only way of getting my name out there. Now, this is before I knew about, TikTok. I didn't know how to get my name out there. I'll just stick with that. And, I tried really hard. I got on there every day, did a live stream, and I tried not to miss a day to save my life. And I eventually got a job, and I couldn't do the live stream every day. I would try to, but there were some days where I'd have to go to work an hour earlier than the day before. So one day I had to go to work at 5. The day prior I had to go to work at 4. And if you know anything about school, you don't get out till 3:30, 3:45. But that was when I was 17. I wasn't a senior yet. When I was 18, I was a senior. Yeah, I was a senior. And we got out of school at 2:45 because they changed the school things. So got out of school at 2:45. I would come home and immediately do my live stream. Wait till I'd do it for about an hour. Wait about, I don't know, a couple hours. And I had the same work time. But halfway through the school year, the school got out for COVID. I guess I need to fast forward a couple years. I was 18, 19 at that point. I've got my age wrong. I was 19 as a junior. No, I was 18 when I started my YouTube channel, doing it daily. And then I was 19 when I graduated, and I was turning 20 that year. Because I graduated the year 2020, for those who don't know. And so I eventually upgraded my jobs to a much better paying job. I went from $7.45 an hour to $9.45 an hour, which was a significant jump. But when I left that job, 3 years later, I was making $18.50 an hour. But I had also stopped doing YouTube by that point, and I was strictly focused on work, paying bills, buying stuff I need, setting myself up for life. That was my main focus. After the 3 years, I found Michelin. And I hadn't fully committed to doing YouTube yet, I wasn't really popular. I didn't really have a big name. But, I still did it because it was my hobby. And I love doing it. I love doing YouTube videos. That was my thing. My wife always expected it. She would watch them herself. She thought it was cute, and I thought it was cringe. Really, really thought I was cringe. But I kept doing them anyway. I just did them every day. It was just my thing. It was my routine. And then I got the job at Michelin. When I got the job at Michelin, I was there for a year. And I rarely posted that year. I rarely did. But we moved from my wife's mother's house into our own house. My own, paying for it type deal. It was mine, and I was comfortable. Now, being comfortable, I got the idea of, hey, what if I start doing YouTube for real? Not just as a every now and again hobby, but as an everyday hobby. And so, January something of 2025, I fully committed to YouTube. And what I mean by that is, I meant I was going to do live streams every day. I was going to post a video every day, or a short, or something. I was going to be active on YouTube every day. And I held that reputation for for a while. Now, it wasn't every single day that I was active on YouTube. There was a couple of days where I didn't do a single thing. And I regretted those days because my viewings on my live streams plummeted. And I mean, they plummeted really, really bad. They tanked. But, I mean, after a couple days of just doing the live stream with no one watching, like I was when I was young, they came back. You know, those who were loyal to the channel came back. Made it easy to do. Because I have zero problem talking to myself. That's why I'm talking to myself in this video. You know, I have no problem talking to myself whatsoever. But it is a lot easier to run a live stream that's based around your community. When you have community there to talk. If you don't got community there to talk, it is really hard to, you know, run a community stream. And at that point, it's just a live stream where me as the entertainer is just talking for a very long, extended amount of time. And, you know, it's just that. But, you know, you get used to it. Me doing it when I was younger, I think really, really helped me a lot. And what I mean by that, by it helping me a lot, is I got over the stage fright of it all. I got over the fact that, oh, my friends are going to see this. They're going to call me cringe. They're going to call me weird. I didn't care after a while. But I also grew out of just being scared in general of having my face seen. I adapted to the idea of people walking up to me and being like, hey, I'm a big fan. Can I have an autograph or something like that? And, you know, I'm expecting that someday. I've yet to see that, but I'm expecting that someday. But like I said, I have adopted the ideal that someday I might have a fan see me in public and be like, hey, I'm a big fan. Can I have a picture or an autograph? And I'm going to be like, yeah, sure. I don't have a pen or a pencil, but sure. You can have my autograph, or you can take a picture of me. And so now, with that being said, that just means that I am less scared of cameras. I will jump in front of a camera now just because. And I don't know if that makes me like an introvert. I don't know. I'm an extrovert and introvert. I don't know what that means. But I don't know if that makes me a weirdo. It makes me an introvert or whatever. But I'm not scared anymore like I used to be. I do have big plans for YouTube. Like, I just made a business email for YouTube for sponsors that I might get in the future. I've also got a channel mascot now. It is a little demon guy with blue eyes and red horns like a demon. I don't know if demons have red horns, but in my depiction, they do. The blue eyes is so he has some features of me. You know, I am Demon Slayer. You know, I am the embodiment of the channel. I do most of the content creating. So he resembles me in a way. But not only is he the mascot, he's also an depiction of me, like I was saying. My nickname, my real life nickname is Demon. So, and let me get this out the way because a lot of people are not going to care, but when I was about 3 or 4 years old, you know, I hadn't really said many sentences, but according to my dad and other family members, the very first sentence I ever said, like whole sentence, was, "Pawpaw, do you want a beer?" I was 3 or 4 years old, and my grandfather drank a lot because he was ex-military and had fought in a war. And with that being said, I got that nickname from my pawpaw when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and it stuck. It stuck like freaking glue, like super glue. Because I am 25 years old, and my dad still calls me Demon. I have several friends that call me Demon. I have friends of my parents who call me Demon. What is this rattling? That's what that rattling is. Oh, hear that? That's annoying. This road is just rough. But I love doing YouTube. I'll have to pick up some more on what I want with the channel. Tomorrow, I guess tomorrow's episode will be the future of the channel. That will be the topic of conversation. Because I'm home. I've made it home. Don't show up to my house because I decided I was going to shoot this video until I made it home. Don't show up to my house. Please don't, whatever you do. Now, the reason I say that is because I value my privacy. My home is my kingdom. In Alabama, we practice a thing called King Castle's Law. Every Alabamian does it. So please do not show up to my house without fully knowing the meaning of King's Castle Law. Now, if you show up to my house, there's going to be two things that happen. Either I'm going to ignore you even exist, and I'm not doing that to be mean. I just value my privacy. If you see me out in public, by all means, come up and say hi, ask for a photograph, whatever. I don't care. I'm out in public, I expect publicity. If I am at home, I'm not expecting publicity. I'm expecting privacy. There's a difference. And if you respect that, I'll respect you. But, I love you guys, so I'm going to try not to be rude. But I will very nicely ask you to leave my house. What I'll probably do is come out, take a picture with you, and then very nicely ask you to leave my property. And that's just me trying to be nice in a gentle way. I don't want to be rude to you guys. I just really want you guys to respect my privacy. Now, if you show up another day in a row, I'm just going to call the cops. I'll look out the window, see if it's you. If it's you, I'm calling the cops. Me, you, and the cops will have a restraining order. But I will be as nice as possible if you guys did that. With that being said, unless I have a P.O. box available, don't send me stuff. People can find my address easy. It's not like it's a private thing, I'm a YouTuber, it's whatever. When did my brother do it, my 2020 thing? I'm gonna put that up here. What do you do with it? Well, I've lost my 2020 thing. But with that being said, this was the first Carcast. Day one Carcast. And so this one's going to be titled Hi, how are you? And my start to YouTube. Carcast number 1. I am tired, if y'all couldn't tell. I am rough. Very rough. I'm looking at myself right now. I look tired. I look really, really, really tired. But I gotta turn off my car and unplug a battery because she's old. She's got some quirks. She's got her own personality. I love this car to death, though. Someday I want to see her fully restored and wide-bodied and just be a street princess. That's what I want her to be. I want her to be a street princess. And that's what I'm going to shoot to do with her. But yeah. With that being said, I love you guys to the moon and back. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this stream. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know how I did if you made it this far. Or tell me how bad I did. Give me some ideas of what to talk about for a Carcast. And with that being said, I love you guys. Peace out.